In today's fast-paced world, many of us unwittingly develop habits that can leave a lasting negative impression on others. While we may try to improve our relationships, many common tips often fail, or worse, lead to unintended consequences when applied incorrectly. Have you ever wondered why people seem to take you for granted despite your best intentions? The truth is, even small unnoticed behaviors can undermine how others perceive us, often starting with first impressions and extending into long-term relationships. In this video, we outline 10 awful habits that instantly make people look down on you. Identifying and correcting these bad habits can help us cultivate stronger, more respectful relationships. Let's get started. 1. Ignoring others' emotions. In the modern world, where resilience and emotional self-control are often prized, we can inadvertently fall into the trap of overlooking the emotions of those around us. Stoic philosophy, while advocating for inner strength and resilience, never promotes the disregard of others' feelings. On the contrary, Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of compassion and kindness. Ignoring the emotions of others can have detrimental consequences. It erodes trust, creates distance, and fosters resentment. When we fail to acknowledge someone's sadness, anger, or joy, we inadvertently send a message that their feelings are unimportant. This can lead to feelings of isolation and alienation, damaging the fabric of our relationships. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is the antidote to emotional indifference. It allows us to connect on a deeper level, fostering understanding and compassion. While Stoicism encourages us to maintain emotional equilibrium in the face of adversity, it doesn't preclude us from experiencing empathy. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This suggests that while we may not be able to control the emotions of others, we can control our response to them, choosing empathy and understanding over indifference. To cultivate empathy, start with mindful observation and active listening. Pay attention to the subtle cues in someone's voice, facial expressions, and body language. These non-verbal signals often reveal more than words alone. When someone expresses an emotion, acknowledge it, even if you don't fully understand it. A simple, "I can see that you're upset," can go a long way in validating their feelings and fostering connection. Remember, empathy doesn't require you to take on the emotional burden of others. It simply means acknowledging their feelings and offering support. You can maintain your own emotional balance while still demonstrating care and concern. In the tapestry of human relationships, empathy is the thread that binds us together. While Stoicism provides a valuable framework for navigating life's challenges with resilience and inner strength, it's essential to remember that we are not islands unto ourselves. We are interconnected beings, and our ability to connect with others on an emotional level is what makes life truly meaningful. By cultivating empathy, we not only enrich our relationships, but also expand our own understanding of the human experience. We learn to appreciate the diversity of emotions and perspectives, fostering a sense of compassion that transcends individual differences. As you journey through life, guided by Stoic principles, remember that true strength lies not in emotional detachment, but in the ability to connect with others on a heart level. Embrace empathy, and you'll discover a newfound depth and richness in your relationships, creating a tapestry of connection that will endure long after the storms of life have passed. 2. Constant criticism. Have you ever felt the sting of relentless criticism, even when it's disguised as well-intentioned advice? It's like a constant drizzle that slowly erodes your confidence and leaves you feeling exposed and vulnerable. While the critic may believe they are helping, their words often create a barrier, fostering resentment and hindering genuine connection. In today's world, where the pursuit of perfection often overshadows the appreciation of individual journeys, it's easy to fall into the trap of judging others. We nitpick at their flaws, offer unsolicited advice, and unknowingly diminish their sense of self-worth. We forget that everyone is navigating their own unique path, complete with its own set of challenges and triumphs. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into a project, only to be met with a barrage of criticism about minor details. The enthusiasm you once felt dwindles, replaced by a sense of inadequacy and frustration. The constant negativity can chip away at your self-belief, making you question your abilities and even consider giving up. The Stoics understood the destructive power of constant criticism. They recognized that true growth and connection come from a place of understanding and encouragement, not judgment and condemnation. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." By constantly criticizing others, we assume a position of superiority, hindering their ability to learn and grow. Instead of focusing on what others are doing wrong, the Stoics advocated for a shift in perspective. They encouraged us to reserve judgment and offer constructive feedback only when it is genuinely sought. By focusing on encouragement and recognizing the inherent worth of each individual, we create an environment where people feel safe to explore, make mistakes, and ultimately reach their full potential. Take a moment to reflect on your own interactions. Do you find yourself offering unsolicited advice or fixating on others' shortcomings? Are you quick to point out mistakes rather than celebrate successes? If so, consider adopting a more Stoic approach. Start by actively listening and seeking to understand others' perspectives. Instead of jumping to conclusions or offering immediate solutions, ask questions and show genuine curiosity. When providing feedback, focus on specific actions and their consequences, rather than making broad generalizations about someone's character. And most importantly, remember that encouragement and support can be far more powerful than any criticism. By embracing a Stoic mindset, you'll not only foster healthier relationships, but also experience a profound sense of inner peace. You'll free yourself from the burden of judgment and create space for genuine connection and growth. Remember, the world doesn't need more critics. It needs more compassionate individuals who uplift and inspire others to reach their full potential. So, the next time you feel the urge to criticize, pause and ask yourself, will my words truly help this person, or will they simply create unnecessary pain and resentment? Choose kindness, choose understanding, and watch as your relationships flourish and your own spirit soars. 3. Gossiping. The insidious nature of gossip is often underestimated, dismissed as harmless chatter or a social pastime. Yet, beneath the surface of seemingly innocuous conversations lies a destructive force that can fracture trust, dismantle relationships, and leave lasting emotional scars. In our modern world, where information travels at lightning speed, gossip has become a pervasive and potent weapon. Social media platforms, online forums, and even casual gatherings can transform into fertile ground for rumors and half-truths to take root and spread like wildfire. The veil of anonymity provided by digital communication often emboldens individuals to engage in malicious gossip, shielded from the immediate consequences of their words. This phenomenon, sadly, is not confined to any particular culture or generation, revealing a universal human tendency towards negativity and judgment. The allure of gossip lies in its ability to offer a fleeting sense of belonging and superiority. Sharing secrets or disparaging information about others can create an illusion of intimacy, fostering a false sense of camaraderie among those involved. It can also serve as a means to elevate oneself by diminishing the perceived value of others, a strategy often employed by individuals grappling with their own insecurities and self-doubt. However, these ephemeral gains come at a significant cost. When we participate in gossip, we betray the trust of those around us. A seed of doubt is planted in their minds. If they're speaking ill of them, what are they saying about me when I'm not present? This breeds an atmosphere of suspicion and apprehension, hindering the development of genuine connections. The bonds of friendship and camaraderie are eroded, replaced by an undercurrent of unease and mistrust. From a Stoic perspective, gossip is a manifestation of our inability to master our thoughts and emotions. When we engage in gossip, we allow ourselves to become consumed by external events and the perceived flaws of others, neglecting the cultivation of our own inner virtue and character. Rather than succumbing to the temptation of gossip, the Stoics advocate for engaging in meaningful conversations that uplift and inspire. By focusing on discussions about ideas, values, and personal growth, we can foster authentic connections grounded in mutual respect and understanding. We can also practice empathy and compassion, recognizing that every individual faces their own unique challenges and struggles. Rejecting gossip demands mindfulness and self-discipline. It requires us to be conscious of our words and actions, resist the allure of negativity, and cultivate a sense of inner strength and self-reliance. However, the rewards of choosing this path are profound. By prioritizing positivity and nurturing genuine relationships, we create a more fulfilling and harmonious existence for ourselves and those around us. The next time you find yourself on the precipice of engaging in gossip, recall the Stoic adage, "The tongue is the most dangerous weapon." Choose your words with care, ensuring that your conversations become a source of light, not darkness. 4. Being passive-aggressive. The subtle sting of a passive-aggressive comment can linger long after the words have been spoken or the message has been read. It's a communication style that leaves us feeling unsettled and confused, like trying to grasp smoke. In the modern world, where communication is often reduced to quick texts and fleeting social media interactions, this tendency to avoid direct confrontation has become increasingly common. It's easier to express our displeasure indirectly than to address issues head-on. However, this path of least resistance ultimately leads to a labyrinth of misunderstandings, eroding the very foundations of trust and connection in our relationships. Picture this. You receive a text from a friend who seems upset but refuses to articulate why. You're left to dissect their words, tone, and even emojis, desperately trying to decipher their true feelings. This guessing game is not only emotionally draining, but also breeds anxiety and tension. It prevents us from truly understanding each other and finding effective resolutions to conflict. From a Stoic perspective, passive aggression is a symptom of our struggle to manage our emotions and express them in a healthy way. It's rooted in a fear of vulnerability and a deep-seated aversion to conflict. However, the Stoics teach us that true strength lies not in avoidance, but in confronting our emotions and communicating honestly, even when it's uncomfortable. If we cling to the belief that passive aggression is an effective communication tool, we'll remain trapped in this self-destructive pattern. But if we acknowledge its detrimental impact and commit to cultivating direct and honest communication, we can transform our relationships and experience a profound sense of inner peace. Imagine a Stoic encountering a passive-aggressive colleague. Instead of mirroring their frustration or resorting to passive aggression in return, the Stoic chooses a path of directness. They might say, I sense that you're upset about something. Is there anything I can do to help? This straightforward approach creates an opening for honest dialogue, allowing both individuals to address the root of the problem. By embracing vulnerability and expressing our feelings openly, we cultivate an environment of trust and understanding. We invite others to do the same, fostering deeper connections and more fulfilling relationships. While it may initially feel uncomfortable, the long-term rewards of direct communication far outweigh the fleeting discomfort of vulnerability. The next time you're tempted to send a passive-aggressive text or make a sarcastic remark, pause and reflect on the potential consequences. Ask yourself, what am I truly feeling, and how can I express it in a way that promotes understanding and connection? Remember, true strength lies not in evasion, but in confronting our emotions and communicating with honesty and integrity. In essence, passive aggression is a poison that corrodes the bonds of genuine connection and sows the seeds of unnecessary conflict. By embracing direct communication and expressing our feelings openly, we can cultivate healthier relationships and experience a greater sense of inner peace. Remember, the path to true strength and fulfillment lies in confronting our emotions and communicating with integrity. So, let go of passive aggression and embrace the power of vulnerability and authenticity. Your relationships will flourish because of it. 5. Misinterpreting, fake it till you make it. In the grand theatre of life, where appearances often hold sway over authenticity, it's tempting to don a mask of success, hoping to convince the world, and perhaps ourselves, that we've already arrived at our desired destination. The age-old adage, "Fake it till you make it," whispers alluring promises of accelerated achievement, encouraging us to project an image of confidence and competence even when those qualities feel elusive. Yet this seemingly innocuous mantra can lead us down a treacherous path, where the pursuit of external validation eclipses the cultivation of genuine inner strength. The allure of social media, with its curated highlight reels and carefully crafted personas, amplifies this temptation. We witness a parade of seemingly effortless triumphs and compare our behind-the-scenes struggles to their polished facades. The pressure to keep up can lead us to overstate our accomplishments, inflate our expertise, and fabricate a reality that simply doesn't exist. Imagine the emotional toll of maintaining such a facade, the constant fear of being exposed as a fraud, the anxiety of tripping over your own exaggerations, and the nagging sense that you're not truly worthy of the recognition you receive. While faking it may offer temporary gains, the long-term consequences can be devastating. Trust, once broken, is difficult to repair. Your credibility, once questioned, casts a shadow over future endeavors. And perhaps most importantly, the disconnect between your projected image and your authentic self can erode your self-worth and hinder genuine personal growth. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This simple yet profound statement encapsulates the essence of Stoic philosophy. Focus on cultivating virtue and character, and let your actions speak for themselves. In the context of fake it till you make it, the Stoic approach encourages us to embrace our journey, flaws and all. Celebrate your genuine achievements, no matter how small, and focus on continuous learning and growth. Project confidence through positive body language and self-assured communication, but always be honest and transparent in your words and actions. Remember, true power lies not in projecting an image of invincibility, but in acknowledging your vulnerabilities and striving for improvement. Consider the example of a young professional eager to climb the corporate ladder. Tempted by the allure of quick advancement, they may exaggerate their qualifications or feign expertise in areas where they lack experience. Initially, this strategy may yield some success, securing them a coveted position or project. However, as the demands of the role intensify, the cracks in their facade begin to show. They struggle to keep up, their lack of knowledge becomes apparent, and their credibility is irreparably damaged. In contrast, a Stoic approach would encourage this individual to focus on building a solid foundation of skills and knowledge. They would seek out mentors, embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and communicate their capabilities honestly and transparently. While their progress may be slower initially, it would be built on a bedrock of authenticity and integrity, earning them the trust and respect of their colleagues and superiors. As you navigate the complexities of modern life, remember that true success is not measured by the image you project, but by the character you cultivate. Embrace your journey, celebrate your authentic self, and let your actions speak louder than any words. In the timeless words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. 6. Never taking responsibility. Have you ever felt that familiar pang of regret after making a mistake, only to scramble for excuses instead of owning up to it? It's a common human reaction, a way to protect our ego and avoid the discomfort that comes with admitting fault. However, what seems like a harmless act of self-preservation can deeply affect our personal growth and how others perceive us. The Stoics, ancient philosophers known for their wisdom on leading a virtuous life, recognized the importance of taking responsibility for one's actions. They believed that true freedom and fulfillment aren't found in avoiding consequences, but in embracing them as opportunities to grow. As the famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In today's world, where blame-shifting and victimhood often dominate the narrative, taking ownership of our actions has become a rare and valuable trait. It's easy to fall into the habit of deflecting responsibility, whether it's blaming traffic for being late, the weather for a bad mood, or co-workers for missed deadlines. While these excuses may offer temporary relief, they ultimately block our progress and erode the trust others have in us. Picture a scenario where you're given an important project at work, but despite your best efforts, you miss the deadline, leaving your team frustrated. You could easily blame unforeseen circumstances or shift the blame to others, but deep down, you know it was your responsibility. The Stoics would encourage you to resist making excuses and instead acknowledge your shortcomings. By admitting your mistake, you not only demonstrate integrity, but also open the door to learning and self-improvement. The Stoics emphasized that true strength lies in facing challenges head-on rather than avoiding them. They understood that failures and setbacks are inevitable, and it's how we respond to these challenges that defines our character. When we take responsibility for our mistakes, we build resilience and the ability to navigate life's obstacles with wisdom and grace. Moreover, taking responsibility helps to build deeper, more meaningful relationships. When we consistently own up to our actions, we earn trust and respect. People are more likely to collaborate with us and support us when they know we are accountable. Conversely, those who constantly make excuses are often seen as immature, unreliable, and incapable of growth. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and judgments, and to accept what we cannot change. When we make a mistake, we can't alter the past, but we can choose how to respond to it. By taking responsibility, we empower ourselves to learn from the experience, make amends, and move forward with renewed purpose. So, the next time you catch yourself on the verge of making an excuse, pause for a moment, acknowledge your mistake, apologize if necessary, and commit to learning from it. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, the sense of empowerment and integrity you gain will far outweigh the temporary discomfort. Remember, owning up to your mistakes isn't about self-punishment. It's about unlocking your true potential. By taking responsibility, you free yourself from the burden of blame and self-doubt, paving the way for personal growth and authentic relationships. As Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "The obstacle is the way." 7. Chronic complaining. It's often said that our mindset shapes our reality. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to find fault in everything, no matter how small, leaving you emotionally drained after even the shortest interaction? In Stoic philosophy, this constant complaining is more than just an annoying habit. It reflects a deeper issue, a lack of emotional control and a failure to accept life's uncertainties. In a world that constantly throws challenges our way, how we respond becomes crucial. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us that while we can't control the events around us, we can always choose our reactions. Chronic complaining runs counter to this belief. Instead of rising above difficulties, complainers allow themselves to be weighed down by negativity. Think about the impact negativity has on those around us. Picture a friend or colleague who complains about everything: work, the weather, or even trivial matters. Over time, interactions with them feel like emotional drain, pushing people away. Chronic complainers don't just dim their own outlook, they pull others into their cloud of pessimism. For the Stoic, acceptance is key. Rather than dwell on what we can't change, we should focus on what we can control: our mindset. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By embracing this, we can avoid the pitfalls of constant negativity and lead a more fulfilling life. Imagine the freedom of letting go of complaints and focusing on gratitude instead. Instead of grumbling about bad weather, a Stoic would appreciate the small comforts: a roof over their head or a warm jacket to wear. Gratitude shifts the focus from what's wrong to what's right. It's time to break the cycle. Start by practicing gratitude each day. Not only will this make you a more pleasant person to be around, but it will also bring a sense of calm and balance into your own life. As Stoicism teaches, peace comes from accepting what we can't control and mastering what we can. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Will you let complaints control your life, or will you embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and take control of your reactions? The path to true peace lies in the latter. 8. Being chronically late. Have you ever considered how your chronic lateness impacts those around you? Being late isn't just a minor inconvenience. It reflects a deeper disrespect for others' time and can create a ripple effect of frustration and distrust. In our fast-paced world, where every minute counts, punctuality signifies reliability and respect. When you consistently arrive late, it sends a message that you don't value others' schedules or contributions, which can tarnish your reputation both personally and professionally. From a Stoic perspective, valuing time is essential to living a virtuous life. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-discipline and respect for others. Think of the great Stoic philosopher Seneca, who emphasized the fleeting nature of time and how it is our most precious resource. He argued that time wasted is time we can never reclaim. In essence, when you arrive late, you not only waste your own time, but also rob others of theirs. Consider a workplace scenario. A team meeting is scheduled for 10 a.m. If you repeatedly stroll in at 10:15, your colleagues may begin to view you as unreliable. Over time, this habitual tardiness can erode trust, making them question your commitment to the team. This perception can have profound implications, influencing how others interact with you and the opportunities that may come your way. To address chronic lateness, implement simple yet effective strategies. Set reminders on your phone or calendar, prepare your outfit and materials the night before, and establish a buffer time in your schedule to account for unexpected delays. By taking these small steps, you demonstrate to others that you value their time, reinforcing your reliability and building stronger relationships. The immediate benefits of being punctual extend beyond just improving how others perceive you. You'll find that arriving on time reduces stress and allows you to start your day with a sense of control and accomplishment. This newfound discipline can empower you, creating a positive feedback loop in your life. As you reflect on your own habits, consider making a commitment. Starting today, I will honor the time of those around me. This commitment not only fosters better relationships, but also aligns with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with others. By prioritizing punctuality, you embrace a life of respect, responsibility, and integrity. 9. Failing to set boundaries. At some point in life, most of us have found ourselves in situations where our needs were overlooked because we didn't speak up. The struggle to set boundaries isn't just about maintaining peace, it's about preserving our own well-being. Many avoid uncomfortable conversations, thinking it will preserve harmony, but this often results in others walking all over us. Establishing clear boundaries is critical to living a balanced life, a practice that aligns deeply with the Stoic philosophy. The Stoics emphasized that while we can't control how others behave, we can always control how we respond. Failing to do so results in sacrificing our inner peace, the very foundation of Stoic principles. In an increasingly demanding world where personal and professional expectations pile up, not asserting our limits leads to exhaustion and a gradual loss of self-respect. The more we accommodate others at the expense of our own needs, the more we reinforce the idea that our time and energy are less valuable. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, taught that while we can't influence external events, we have absolute power over our reactions. When someone oversteps your boundaries, the Stoic approach encourages calm but firm communication, reasserting those boundaries. It's not about creating conflict, it's about safeguarding your peace. For example, Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of protecting one's mental tranquility. He believed that our minds are like fortresses that we must guard against external disruption, and allowing others to continuously invade our personal space without response erodes that tranquility. Picture yourself at work, consistently taking on more tasks as colleagues assume you'll manage without complaint. What begins as teamwork soon turns into overwork, and the resentment grows. Rather than letting it fester, the Stoic approach would be to calmly address the issue, perhaps by saying, "I'm currently managing a full workload, and it's important to find a solution that works for both of us." This kind of communication preserves your integrity while keeping the peace. Neglecting to set boundaries also affects personal relationships. How often do we say yes to requests that stretch our limits simply to avoid disappointing others? This avoidance might spare a momentary awkwardness, but it costs us our mental and emotional well-being. According to Stoicism, the discomfort of standing up for yourself in the short term is worth the long-term peace and respect you gain from those around you. The solution is straightforward. Communicate your limits assertively and calmly when someone oversteps. This doesn't mean refusing every request, but rather clearly defining what you are and aren't willing to take on. By starting small, such as declining an extra commitment or expressing a preference in a personal situation, you teach others to respect your boundaries. Over time, this leads to greater respect for your time and energy. In setting boundaries, you preserve your mental well-being and earn long-term respect. The strength to calmly but firmly assert yourself is a skill that will not only prevent burnout, but will also ensure that you remain in control of your own life, just as the Stoics intended. 10. Avoiding disagreements. In moments of uncertainty, it's tempting to keep our thoughts to ourselves to avoid unnecessary tension. But does avoiding confrontation actually build stronger relationships? Or does it leave room for misunderstandings to fester? While holding back might seem like the easy option, avoiding conflict over time could make you seem insincere or even weak. Stoic philosophy, which champions living in accordance with one's true self, strongly advises against this. Epictetus, a notable Stoic philosopher, once highlighted the importance of maintaining control over our inner world. Consistently avoiding disagreements for the sake of peace may cause others to view you as someone who lacks the strength to confront the truth. To live authentically means being true to your principles, even when it leads to uncomfortable conversations. In many social and professional situations, avoiding disagreements can feel like the best way to keep the peace. But have you considered how this approach might hinder your personal and professional growth? By staying silent when you disagree, you may miss valuable opportunities to contribute meaningfully or build credibility with others. The Stoic perspective encourages open and honest discussions, not to prove others wrong, but to foster mutual respect and understanding. Looking at the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, we see the belief that while we cannot control every outcome, we can control how we react. When faced with differing opinions, expressing yourself calmly and with respect creates an environment for healthy dialogue. You're not avoiding conflict, but embracing it in a way that shows integrity. This approach allows others to see your strength in standing by your values while still being willing to listen. Opting for comfort over confrontation may keep things smooth temporarily, but it could make you seem indecisive or lack conviction in the long run. Imagine if instead of skirting around disagreements, you embrace them with confidence, respectfully sharing your perspective. You may find that such moments deepen your relationships as people appreciate both your honesty and your courage. Instead of retreating when differences arise, think of them as opportunities to build stronger, more meaningful connections. Facing disagreements head-on while staying true to yourself is a Stoic ideal that can shift how others perceive you and transform how you engage with those around you. In conclusion, small habits can greatly affect how others perceive and respect you. Building strong relationships requires authenticity, clear boundaries, and avoiding negative behaviors. By replacing them with positive habits, you'll improve your interactions and earn more respect. If you like this video, comment 1, and don't forget to share and subscribe for more on Stoic philosophy.